Hello again, welcome to another edition of Music Matters. I'm MonkeyBoy.
And I'm Ziggy.
And today we are, we're going to hit the road. No, we're not going to hit the road. We're going to hit the water.
I guess hit the water.
Hit the water? The Yacht Rockin' it.
Yacht Rock. I don't really care for the term, but I get it.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to talk about essentially the adult contemporary music of the mid-70s to mid-80s.
Yes.
Otherwise referred to as
Yacht
soft rock.
Or soft rock.
Soft rock.
Yes.
The West Coast sound.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get into what is and isn't yacht rock. One of the highlights of yacht rock, of course, is the musicians that played on the records.
Yeah, a lot of great players.
There's a lot of great players. And
one from our last episode.
Yes, yeah. So we'll get into that. But what do you got before we start?
So I thought I'd open it up, and we haven't talked about songs that I'm listening to or songs that you should check out that are, new. So I've got on Dad Rock this week, I thought I'd just point out a couple of new tracks from classic artists you might know and love that have new stuff out. Currently, Lou Gramm of Foreigner has a brand new album out. I don't know if you've heard it yet, but it's pretty solid.
I haven't.
For a Lou Gramm's solo album, it sounds very Foreigner-ish. So
yes, Lou, I believe, was going to retire.
I think he was, but this doesn't sound like he's retiring.
No, he's, he is out with Foreigner.
Yep.
Not as their lead singer, but as their special guest.
Yes.
And I've loved his interviews recently. He loves playing with this version of Foreigner, which has no original members.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy, but he loves playing with them. He says that they are playing the songs as they should be played. And that they are doing a great job forwarding the legacy of Foreigner.
Yeah.
He's going out on several dates with them this year again. Loves playing with them, and
yeah, it's good stuff. And the solo stuff is great. You should check it out. The song is called "Time Heals the Pain." Is the one we're playing this weekend.
No, he doesn't sing like he used to.
No,
but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but he's still got that voice.
Yeah.
It's just not quite as higher pitched. It's
or powerful.
Or powerful, but it's still there. Bryan Adams got a brand new song.
Still sounds like the 1980s with that guy.
It's great. It sounds awesome. It's got a rock tinge to it. It's very 80s feel to it. I highly recommend that one. Peter Frampton's got a brand new song with Ben Montench of Tom Petty fame.
Oh, that's right. He was with Petty, not
Tom Petty.
Not with Springsteen.
Nope. Buried Treasure is the name of that song. U2 have a brand new EP out, and I believe some other songs as well. I don't know if they're doing a full-on album coming or not, but we just play a song called "In a Life." That's
I want to let you know that none of those artists are yacht rock.
No, so far not. No. Toto, The Brave. If you like that AOR type music, that 80s, late 80s, early 90s, danger type sound, you are going to love this album. This Toto album is solid if you're a fan of that type of music. Weezer came out with a brand new track, Shine Again. It's classic Weezer sounding. If you like Weezer, you're going to like that. Jack White's God and the Broken Ribs, great track from him. It's Jack White, you know. Mm-hmm. You know what you're getting when you get Jack White. Sublime, Until the Sun Explodes. What a great new chapter for Sublime. I got to say, the kid's son, Jacob. Is it Jacob? This sounds exactly like Bradley.
This, they had another single, excuse me, which got really high up on the chart.
Yeah, it did well.
And it sounds just like classic Sublime.
Yeah, it's very much.
I'm glad that this is happening and that they're going to go out and.
Keep doing it.
The band again.
Yeah, it is the band. It really is. And they are killing it. It's great stuff. Shinedown got their new album 8 coming out this month. They just released another single called Outlaw. Great track. Of course, this will be another one that hits number one. There's no doubt. You listen to it once, you go, yep, that one's a number one hit. Black Label Society's Ozzy's song. I mean, yeah, if you're an Ozzy fan or a Black Label fan, this one kind of hits you in the feels. But it's a good song. Seven Dust, Threshold, great album from what I've heard so far. Their new album comes out in May 1st, I think, I want to say, or something like that. So it's coming up rapidly. And Armored Saint have a brand new track called Close to the Bone.
None of them are Yacht Rock.
No, none of them.
No.
Billy Morrison, of course, of Billy Idol fame, right?
Billy Morrison, I believe, is the rhythm guitarist for Billy Idol.
That's what I thought.
But did you and I not go see Warrant, and he was with him?
Yeah, he might have been, yeah.
At the Royal Grove.
Yep. Well, he's got a new track with Nuno Bettencourt on guitar and Sully Erna of Godsmack on vocals. That is a rocker. You gotta check that one out. And another one I think you should check out is Exodus. Promise you this. If you're a fan of the old school thrash metal, Exodus are back, and this song is just a jam. Promise you this. You're gonna love it.
Exodus, not a Yacht Rock band.
Not a Yacht Rock
That's the
band.
most obvious one, right?
Yes. Most obvious not rock, or not Yacht Rock band.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much so. Anyway, that's what I got for you.
All right. Well, Yacht Rock, once known as the West Coast Sound or Adult-Oriented Rock, AOR, to us radio people. It's a broad music style and aesthetic commonly associated with soft rock, one of the most commercially successful genres from 75 to about 85. Its key ingredients: smooth soul, smooth jazz, R&B, and disco. So, the term yacht rock is created by a couple of jokers, essentially.
How did this happen?
Well, it comes from these two guys. The documentary or the video comedy series is called Yacht Rock, back in 2005, and they connect the music with the popular Southern California leisure activity of boating for whatever reason. Initially the term is just hated, but now iHeart, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon Music all have
a category
stations named Yacht Rock.
Yep.
So it's clearly stuck. You have these cruises that go out on yachts, and they all wear the stupid sailor outfit. That's kind of I see that as mocking. They probably don't mean it that way.
Please tell me they're playing Christopher Cross's Sailing Away.
Of course they're.
Because if they aren't, they're doing it wrong.
Well, they're playing all the music from this time. They have conventions at hotels, just all kinds of things in tribute to it. But you love 80s music.
I do love 80s music.
I think I'm more like the music of the 90s. But again, I'm a music lover. I was turned on to a lot of music, and I really, you and I have talked many times about the fact I don't really seek out old music anymore.
Right. No.
But the music of the 70s was good too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and put disco aside. Not that there was, for me,
Can
anything
we kick
really
it to
wrong
the
with
curb?
disco. But you just push that out of there.
Yes.
And
Bye-bye.
And a lot of the 70s music was very good. I mean, you had a lot of R&B at the time, but this was an amalgamation of that jazz, of that R&B. It was smooth music. It was airy, breathable. You put on the music of today, no matter what kind of music it is, and it just kind of bounces around in a box. Yeah. There's no breathing to the music.
No.
It's comparable to the feeling of dropping the needle on the record. And back in the day, you could separate all of the sounds. It was kind of all there separated. It wasn't masked. It wasn't doubled, tripled, quadrupled. It was essentially one layer, and so it breathed. They sang about a variety of topics, like any genre, but
sure.
I think there was a lot of love songs at the time.
For sure.
Real breezy kind of tempo, but not all the slow songs were about sad things.
No.
It was just kind of the tempo of it. But what these guys in this documentary point out, they point out two things that make up this made-up now genre of yacht rock, which is the production.
Okay.
If you were to ask 100 producers in a room, producers from all kinds of music, what the best produced album is, they all say Steely Dan Asia. That is the most perfectly produced album in the history of music.
Okay.
So these top producers were in the studios. These top producers knew the top musicians at the time.
Yep.
And those are two ingredients of yacht rock, highly produced, with the best producers and the best musicians.
Can't go wrong.
Now, do you know who is the ultimate yacht rock artist?
I'm gonna guess Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald is what this documentary refers to as the definition of yacht rock.
Yeah.
Because he played what was a very popular instrument at this time, the Rhodes keyboard. It had a different sound.
Yep.
He uses it a lot. You hear it in
a lot of his stuff.
A lot of his stuff. Dun 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 dun. What a Fool Believes.
Yep.
He plays this part.
Yeah.
And that becomes something else that is woven throughout the yacht rock of the mid-70s to mid-80s, is that doobie bounce.
Yeah.
That Michael McDonald bounce.
Yep.
It's if you watch,
there's a groove. There's very much a groove.
There is a recent yacht rock documentary, I believe it's on Max.
Okay.
And when they start talking about this doobie bounce, they play all of these songs at the time.
Yep.
And you can hear it, like the Pointer Sisters song. You can hear the bounce.
Oh, I believe it.
So, Steely Dan, Donald Fagen, the only surviving member of the two,
right,
does not like this term. In the documentary that's on Max, he is called at some point during the production. they want to get his thoughts or maybe interview him, and he essentially says, why don't you go fuck yourself, and hangs up on him. Because he believes that the way that they define what is yacht rock and what isn't yacht rock makes Steely Dan seem so simple. And
Steely Dan is anything but simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Steely Dan is referred to as, in this documentary, they're talked a lot about in regards to yacht rock.
Sure.
Because it was the best production. Steely Dan was working with the best musicians.
Yeah.
There was that jazz in them. There was
very much.
A little progressive rock thing in it. Avant-garde.
Yep.
Very unique music.
Yeah.
I'll say for me, I don't believe that Steely Dan is yacht rock.
No, I don't either. I'd more consider them classic rock, but kind of different. Classic pop rock.
I think with Steely Dan, man, you just got to go.
It's Steely Dan.
It's Steely Dan.
Yeah.
There's literally no one else
No.
There's never before and not after. There's no one that sounds like Steely Dan.
It's true.
But if you think about the songs back then, later on here we'll get to the resurgence of it. But there was great. Just pop off some songs from the time that you remember.
Steely Dan, FM.
The Christopher Cross is a key artist.
Oh God, Christopher Cross.
Sailing.
Sailing.
But he had other ones.
Yeah.
He had other hits.
Oh yeah. You have like why can't I think of it?
Well, don't strain. It'll all
come back to me eventually.
Do you remember we always said we were never going to talk about genres because they're so meaningless and so unimportant?
Right.
But I think here we're excused because there was a lot of massive hits here.
Oh God, there's so many different people involved. Like I didn't really think about it until because his stuff. I always think of the '80s, movie theme songs, but Kenny Loggins before Footloose is very, very yacht rockish.
Well, Kenny Loggins, I've always been a fan. The soundtrack stuff I liked, but when my brothers were both big Kenny Loggins fans, and it was the stuff before Footloose. It was Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
But he had a great success. In the 70s. It wasn't the 80s thing.
No.
Because in the documentary, it explains that as they get out of this yacht rock period, soft rock period, that something else has come on. It was kind of the new wave stuff.
Yep.
The Talking Heads.
Yeah. And
how some of these artists had to adapt to something else. Christopher Cross was a quote pillar unquote of the time.
Yep.
But he disappears like 5 years into this decade of soft rock.
Yep.
And has to reinvent himself. Kenny Loggins did that and had massive success.
Yeah.
And kicked that soundtrack door open for a lot of these yacht rock artists to maybe have a second opportunity at stardom, success, whatever.
Right.
And Kenny Loggins, that soundtrack stuff was on fire.
Oh, it was everything. Hall & Oates, of course, they had huge success, especially in the early days and into the 80s.
Now in the
80s.
documentary, they talk about Hall and Oates. That not all of Hall and Oates' music is yacht rock. There's really maybe one or two songs, and they even kind of question that. But what they kind of talk about in regards to Hall and Oates is Daryl Hall played a Rhodes piano in all of their music, and so that is kind of
how they tie it in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of it, Sarah Smiles, I could see that being a yacht rock tune.
But I loved a lot of the bands at the time. Not necessarily every solo artist, but
right.
You think of it. There's one in front of you again that my brother turned me on to, Pablo Cruz.
Yeah.
You have Player. You have Ambrosia. Boss Skaggs is a big yacht rock artist.
Yeah.
And he was damn good. He is, because he's still alive. He's a damn good guitar player. But he and Michael McDonald especially, kind of white soul singers.
Yeah.
Kind of white, and Boss Skaggs, he had a really unique sound. He played a lot of different music together. Yeah. But there's Firefall at the time. Gordon Lightfoot. There's so many great artists at the time.
Yeah. And, a thing that really helped with all of these artists, or a lot of them, was the fact that they all had a secret weapon of, the same studio session people working with them.
A long list, we
talked about.
Yeah, we did our episode on Nathan East, and he's part of this LA studio mafia again that, like we discussed, comes after the Wrecking Crew of the 50s and 60s.
Yep.
You just have a few here, but Jeff Porcaro.
Yep, with Toto.
With Toto.
Yep.
He starts playing sessions at 17.
That's young.
Yeah, we're going to do an episode on him. Maybe in June, and he is rumored to have played on 5,000 songs.
Holy cow! So more than Nathan East?
More than Nathan East.
Wow.
We talked in that episode about Nathan East about David Foster. He was playing keyboards and producing back at the time. Jay Graydon was a great guitarist at the time. Steve Lukather.
Yeah.
Okay. He was, he's another guy that, either we'll talk about Toto or we'll talk about the members individually. But, he essentially sat down in a chair with his guitar plugged in and just snorted lines of cocaine in between whoever was walking in. He didn't know. He didn't care. Long list of hits.
Yeah.
Bill Champlin was busy at the time. Bill would go on in the 80s to join Chicago.
Yep.
But he did a lot of session work. There's many others at the time. Maybe not really, guitars you would know, but Michael Landau starts showing up, and Tim Pierce, and these guys then after Lukather, well, even still with Lukather, then bleed into the 80s, and they play on every 80s and 90s record.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of studio guys at the time, but they got to the best of the best because all of these big studio musicians, they're hanging out in LA and they're hanging out in New York because that's where the recording is going on.
Yeah. So, Yacht Rock happened basically late 70s. It was post-Vietnam, post-Watergate. A lot of political turmoil has happened. People are tired of it. Kind of like now. Tired of it. Wanted escapism. Who can relate to that? California lifestyle is what happened. People saw that people were relaxing, beach wearing, having fun out in the sand.
Well, you know, I'm like, what, 10 at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I don't know if you do, but I don't remember everything from when I was young, but I'm surprised at the stuff that I do remember.
Yeah.
And I just know in talking to like my parents and stuff that, yeah, it was a time that I mean there was a lot of political stuff going on back then, and people were tired of the war, and I don't know that the economy was really good back then.
There's gas wars.
They were looking for, you know, I think had grown tired of maybe your Joni Mitchells of Woodstock. Yep. And your politically driven or cause related things, and they wanted
to escape
music that was gonna take them away, which is the purpose of music. It takes you away from everything.
Yes. They wanted to get away.
Yeah, they wanted escapism. They didn't want to. You know, you're also coming out of the 60s here and early 70s. You know, you got Jimi Hendrix out there. You've got you've got Cream. You've got some loud bands. Yeah. You know, and they just wanted something more peaceful.
Yeah, just something kind of relax. You know, people didn't relax too much in the 70s and 80s. Well, there was a lot of cocaine.
Well, there was.
There was a lot of cocaine.
So the vibe was, life was stressful. Let's go sailing.
Yes.
But I guess if you lived in California or on the East Coast, you went fucking sailing.
I guess.
I don't remember anyone I know going sailing.
Me either.
From listening to this music. But,
no, me either.
You know, it... like everything, it comes and goes. How long it's here, you know, you never know. But there was a decline.
Well, here's what happened. Hair metal came in, and hair metal actually took out that genre. So kind of funny how hair metal takes out one genre and a different genre takes out hair metal. Well, and it progressively got heavier and harder.
I know in watching the documentary that, you know, MTV came on, and you know, at the time, the hair metal is new. You know, you're talking Quiet Riot. Quiet Riot. You've got the new wave stuff.
That too.
You've got Pop's reaction to the Rhodes keyboard, which is the synth playing.
Yes.
You know, they just get away from that. You know, they can make all types of sounds with this synthesizer. They can make it do anything. The Rhodes, no, you can't.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit more powerful. But the other thing that these artists didn't have was they didn't know how to act. They were musicians.
No. Yeah, they were musicians.
They didn't, you know, the record company's like, hey, MTV's new. We're going to do a video.
You're gonna become an actor now.
You're going to become an actor in a video, and here's the storyline, and it's crap. We all know from going and watching old videos.
Oh yeah, they're horrible.
There's so many that don't even match up with the song, and don't even make sense. Nowadays, you know, everything generally makes sense.
Yeah.
But Christopher Cross didn't want to act in a damn video.
No.
Neither did Michael McDonald. I mean, there was loads of them.
None of them wanted to even be in a video.
Yeah.
At all. So MTV really, I think, changed the game. Hair metal, new wave, you know, all those kind of things, they just all kind of stopped that momentum for the smooth, you know, adult contemporary style. and gave way to a little bit more hard-edged rock, pop feel, leading into the late 80s, into the 90s.
Well,
it
you know,
even got even heavier.
We're in the early 80s, and you and I remember that because we're like 13, 14, 12 at the time.
Yeah.
We're very aware.
Right.
I obviously remember music from that time.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I paid attention to really at the time the shift. I can see it now.
I can't say I noticed. Well, I didn't pay attention to like your Michael McDonald so much. I did pay attention to the Quiet Riots, and that's what just grabbed me.
Well, I remember, we've talked about this before, I just remember clear as day, my sister's dating this guy named Robbie. He's got a Mustang. He's over at my house. He parks it in the yard. And when he was there, he would leave the keys in the car, and I'd just get in his car. I'm, a 12-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I'd just sit in the Mustang and listen to the radio, and that Autograph song,
Turn Up the Radio.
Turn Up the Radio
Yep.
came on, and I was aware of Quiet Riot at the time, but I'm listening to at this time a lot of country music and a lot of the 70s music. So yeah, that really popped out at me, and any other hard rock that came out at that time, because it was more powerful than the late 60s political stuff. It was more powerful than that jazz influenced AC,
Yep.
very breathy. It just grabbed you.
Yeah.
And you've got your Van Halens at the time. They're just coming out.
Styx.
About 3-4 albums. Yeah, you've got Styx Scenario at the time having great success on the radio. Pop artists, Madonna's big, Michael Jackson's big.
Yeah. Sammy Hagar's having a pretty good time out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he was having a really big solo success in the 80s, but I think not being aware that MTV was something that was coming up, they just weren't prepared for it. And
No.
the Yacht docked in mid-80s.
Yeah. Now, it did reboard and head out for another installment of Yacht Rock.
Well, again, I was talking about, the ocean tours and whatever, and the hotel conventions and everything. And we all know that, sadly, we know this, that some things from our past do come back and become popular
Yes,
again.
they do.
Bell-bottoms, man, those haven't come back.
No, they have not.
Well, I guess in country,
Have
because
they? Oh,
you've
maybe
got,
they have, I don't know.
Lainey Wilson wearing the bell-bottoms, and Ella Langley and whatever. But
I know the mullet made a comeback.
the mullet did make a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that can make a comeback, really anything can. The Beehive could come back.
Well, I see some people with the cut-up jeans.
Oh yeah. I see that a lot.
God, my mom went, "What are you doing to them jeans?"
Hey, why are you ruining your jeans? I just paid $40 for those.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, anyway, I think my assessment would be that it's popular again in a niche way.
Yeah, well, people are discovering it, through TikTok videos, a lot. They're discovering, the Sailing Song, or I Keep Forgetting, or What a Fool Believes. And those bass lines and those, there's just nothing else similar to it. It's got its own thing, and those songs could easily be reworked, sampled into new favorites.
Well, and a lot
Easily,
of
and
those
some
songs,
of them have.
a lot of those songs, and I believe that that's in that Yacht Rock documentary too, is what helped some of these artists then continue through the late 80s and even into the early 90s was a lot of this music was sampled.
Yeah, and you can tell. Like, I remember, what was it?
I keep forgetting.
Yes, I keep forgetting that one with Renegade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just changed that, but made something that was, so instantly classic and recognizable, completely different and awesome.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so, I mean, you heard probably, I'd say, some 70 songs or more in the 80s, or in the late 80s and through the 90s that were taken from Yacht Rock songs.
Yeah.
And brought some of these stars back out, or they came out and performed with them and kept their name. I also know that many of these artists that are touring in 2025 and 2026 are noticing younger people at their shows. We're not talking.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me.
We're not talking little kids. We're talking people in their late teens and early 20s, because they are seeing it on places like TikTok. And
For sure. You want some fun little facts here?
Sure.
Steely Dan on their album Aja, is it Aja? Asia. On their album Asia, used over 40 musicians on that one album. 40.
And they were all top notch.
40. Mm-hmm. That's insane. Christopher Cross won the Big Four Grammys in one night, record until Billie Eilish did that again.
Yeah, that was like, she did that in like 2022?
Something like that,
yeah.
I think. Africa by Toto was originally not considered a Yacht Rock hit, but fans adopted it. They're like, you know what? Yacht Rock it is.
And do you know that Toto song, Africa, almost didn't get put on the album?
How sad. Can you imagine having I can't imagine not having Africa. That's one of my favorite Toto songs.
Well, yeah, the story is that, they did the Toto 4 album, and the producer and record company are like, well, we need one more, and they're like, David Page, wrote the song and brought it to him, and none of them were really crazy about it. And they recorded it, and it's like Steve Lukather says, it's our biggest hit.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's our biggest hit, and we didn't really even want to record it.
That's nuts. Michael McDonald appears on everything from Steely Dan to Christopher Cross to Toto. Michael McDonald is there.
He is. He is a background singer. He's playing the roads. I just remember him being everywhere, and I'm a massive Michael McDonald fan. I love his voice.
Yeah, it's very unique, and he can sing pretty much anything. So yeah, it's pretty great. Let's see. So, is it yacht or not? Are you ready?
Well, that's the whole thing. Now let me ask you something.
All right.
If you come on the Yacht Rock station, or no, let's say you're listening to just an adult contemporary station.
Yep.
Do you care if it's Yacht Rock or not?
No. Looking at these songs that we're trying to decide if they're Yacht Rock or not, I like all of them, and I would consider them all great.
Yeah.
So,
well, again, we're talking about a genre.
Yeah. And I would consider it. If I heard one followed by another, followed by another, followed by another, and they wanted to call it Yacht Rock, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, but now, for me, I'll be interested, if by chance I get on older AC station to, oh, yeah, it's Yacht Rock. And now it'll be fun when I'm driving around or when I'm listening to music to listen for those key elements, that road's keyboard or how spacey it is or whatever.
Right.
But, you know, the documentary does a good job of explaining what is and what isn't, but it's like, oh, really? I mean, they really get down to the gnat's ass of why this isn't a Yacht Rock song and why this one is.
Huh.
Yeah. But
interesting.
What do you got?
All right, Africa by Toto.
Yep. Very, very breathy.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, Dreams. Huh?
I would say yes, but I know that a lot of people would also say no. So, but yes, I would consider that to be Yacht Rock for me.
Fleetwood Mac might have a couple of them, but Fleetwood Mac is not a Yacht Rock band.
Yeah.
Brandy.
Yes.
By the Looking Glass.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great tune.
Great tune. Definitely.
I would definitely consider it Yacht Rock. Yeah. Escape, the Pina Colada song, Rupert Holmes.
Legendary song.
Yes.
You cannot put that song on and feel bad by the end of it.
No, everybody knows that song. Everybody will sing that song. Yep.
Summer Breeze, Seals and Croft. Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, because you're thinking of, you know, with you know, look, you've got. Look at the songs we're talking about here. You know, escapism, Africa.
Yeah.
Dreams of
right.
You know, anywhere but here.
Yep.
Brandy.
Yep.
Escape.
Yep.
Summer Breeze.
Yep.
We've got Boss Skeggs Lowdown.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. All to me scream Yacht Rock. But that's me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All great tunes, all classics. I love each and every one of those songs.
Well, I think that you know, music is very, very important to me.
Oh, me too.
You know, I mean, again, you have people that it's passive or active, and you and I mean, we just love music. It's, you know, and I think that every form of music since I've been alive, well, it's mattered. It all matters.
Yeah.
Because you don't have what comes after if you don't have what comes before.
Nope.
You know, I mean, you know, Led Zeppelin inspires thousands of bands.
Yes.
Loretta Lynn inspires thousands of artists.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. You know, I mean, you get to pop music. It all matters.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You know, we were talking about disco, and you don't like disco?
It's not my favorite.
Okay.
I do have an appreciation for some disco songs.
Do you think that disco mattered?
Yeah.
Okay. Because disco, in a way, has, I wouldn't say it has come back, but it's been more accepted than it was.
Much more accepted, yeah.
Than it was back in the day.
For sure.
And Yacht Rock still matters.
Yeah.
And if you want to just hear, I mean, you know, we were talking about the Wrecking Crew and then, you know, all these LA guys. Great musicians, great musicianship. You know, that's what I listen to music for.
Yeah.
I love lyrics. I know a lot of lyrics, but when I listen to music, I'm listening to the drums, who's playing them, the guitar player, who's on guitar. Mm-hmm. And you go back to this time, dude, and we've talked about some of the legendary musicians. I mean, these are the top guys. They'll always be regarded as the top
For
guys.
sure.
I think a lot of it holds up.
Oh, definitely.
Because of that production.
Yep.
It still holds up. You put on a 50s record,
Yeah, that sounds
sonically completely
sounds
tinny,
wrong. Yeah.
you know. But the production at this time was at its highest level.
Yeah.
And a lot of it still holds up today production-wise.
A lot of it sounds better than what's produced today.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, easily. So,
and, you know, it's still what it was intended for back then, to kind of relax you, to escapism.
Yep,
you know,
escape.
it still can do that.
Yep.
Does 80s music do that for you?
All the time.
Escapism?
All the time.
Yeah, see, I don't get that from the 80s.
Oh, I do.
I don't even know if I get that from the 90s, but I do
I'll
from the
escape
70s.
right back to what I was doing when I heard that song. Like, yep, I can escape just like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just have to hear the song and I'm back.
Yeah, well, I agree with the statement there in front of me. Yacht rock is not a genre, it's a state of mind.
I agree with
And
that.
I agree with that too.
Yep, I agree with that. It's very much so. But yeah, go find yourself a Yacht Rock playlist and go check out some of these amazing artists and songs and just kind of escape for a little bit.
Escape.
Yeah. Lord knows we could all use it.
Yeah,
Right?
it's true. It's
I
true.
could jump off a ship right about now.
Well,
Escape.
This was a fun episode.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Of course, next week, it's WrestleMania season.
WrestleMania.
So we're going to get a couple of guests for our next two
Now,
episodes.
I want to point out,
Mm-hmm.
as you did yesterday when we were hanging out, Andy is not a big fan of country music.
Nope.
So we do and will continue to do episodes on country music,
Yeah.
and Andy's just kind of a bystander.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And
I'm here, but I don't know. I
because
can't.
he's not
I don't
educated on country music.
Nope.
Now, I want this to be stated on record that I grew up a wrestling fan.
Okay.
Okay, I watched wrestling in the 80s and the 90s.
Yep.
I don't watch wrestling anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
My brain doesn't have space for it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not crapping on it.
Right.
I'm not.
Right. It's just not your thing.
My young adult son loves it,
Absolutely.
as does the older boy.
Yep.
Well, he likes it. And so I don't really know about. I know a lot of the names, you know, of who's wrestling now, and I get shown clips, so
Sure.
you know I'm
You'll be
familiar
able
with
to
the people
hang.
of today. But I don't really sit down and watch it. But it's going to be the first of our series of music and sports.
Yeah, and this one we're going to look at how wrestling and music interacted with each other. It started out back in the 80s, and it's really kind of interesting to see who all was involved as far as musicians go and how it kind of got worked together. Vince McMahon playing, you know, both worlds. And it's some of the things you're going to find out, like the WWE wrestlers had a full album with all them, you know, all the wrestlers were singing on, you know, all these tracks, and it wasn't even like it was their theme song. This was just them singing songs to sing songs.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
but it's come so far.
Oh, so far.
It's come, you know.
It came from the We Are the World of WWE that we watched earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
It was like A Land of 1,000 Dances, I think is the name of the song. If you go on YouTube, you can find it. It is awful. But it's funny to watch, too. and then you go and see what their production is now for the music that the wrestlers use as their entrances.
I mean, you go from, you happen to know a guy back in the 80s that plays keyboards, and he went into a bathroom and recorded some theme or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I mean,
that was the 80s
like
version.
That was the 80s, and now they're paying top dollar for top performers to
perform their tracks.
So it's come a really long way, but we're going to welcome back our friend comedian John Sigmund. He's a big wrestling fan.
Yep, we'll talk to him, and of course your son going to join us. I can't wait. This is going to be fun.
Tristan will be on the podcast. He's a big wrestling fan, and I know he's already done a few hours of research. So he's
he'll be ready.
To come on.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of be here that day.
That's okay. We'll get you involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll get you there. Somehow we'll get you there. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this has been the Music Matters podcast. Hey, before you go, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things.
Subscribe on YouTube.
On YouTube and Spotify.
And, we appreciate the people that are listening. We would just like to know how many.
Yeah. And, of course, you can also find us on MonkeyBoyRadio.com, Amazon Music as well. So a lot of different places to find us. Of course, Saturdays you can listen to me on Real Rock Nights with Shep. Saturday nights at 8 o'clock and Sunday nights at 10 o'clock. It re-airs. Then, of course, Sundays you can check it out with Dad Rock at 10 a.m. I do new music with classic artists. Then 7 o'clock is The Underground with local regional bands with new music. And then, of course, we've got the Music Matters podcast, 8 o'clock. And then the 10 o'clock replay of Real Rock Nights. So there you go.
I wanted to just kind of draw a correlation.
All right.
Okay. We've been doing the podcast for like a year and 4 months.
About a year, yeah.
It's still new.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like
for sure.
It's like early 1980s wrestling music.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it very much is.
If you can subscribe to us on YouTube, get on Facebook, send us a comment or add on that page or topic ideas.
Yeah. Love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you because the more people, then maybe someday we can sound like 2026 wrestling music.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, because we've got
that's the goal.
We've got a couple of tin cans here.
Yes.
We sit on lawn furniture.
Yep.
But
someday
we hope for a nice, comfortable chair to sit in.
Just at least that.
Yeah.
Let's just hope for that.
Yeah, let's just hope for that.
We're getting older. We need the chairs.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm Monkey Boy.
I'm Ziggy. We'll talk to you next time.